Anyone who has ever held small arms in their hands definitely thought about achievement of premium shooting accuracy. This problem arose together with the first small arms. In art of shooting, problem of stability and aiming accuracy was always relevant for both shooter and anyone who tried to teach him. In 1972, a member of the USSR national shooting team Oleg Lapkin wrote a degree work on the subject of the infrared shooting training system. Several years later started the whole generation of electronic shooting training systems under brand Scatt. To work with this kind of training system, a shooter fixes a special optical sensor on the firearm, which measures the weapon's alignment during aiming and the high-level accuracy and transmits this information to computer. At the same time with the aiming, the weapon's alignment trajectory is displayed against the target background on the screen of the computer. A shot moment is fixed on the screen with a hole. At the beginning, the Scatt training system was created only for the USSR national shooting team using, and its features satisfied even the most qualified shooters, including world and Olympic champions. The first attempts of using electronic shooter trainer as a part of national shooting team training system produced a different reaction among both coaches and sportsmen. Some of them thought that absence of recoil and shot sound would not only make trainings less effective, but could also cause in some ways a harmful effect. Only a short period of time was needed before steadiness and aiming accuracy estimation of the system was appreciated at its true value. The final significant argument in favor of using the Scatt in sportsman training system was the effect that allowed its sportsman see all his errors made before and during shooting displayed on the screen of the computer. From 1991, the USSR national shooting team, later Russian, started to use electronic shooting trainer as a part of sportsman training system, using the system up to 50 and sometimes even to 70% of training time. The growth of popularity of training system among sportsmen allowed its production to be increased and make it widely available to sportsmen, including beginners. Several years of work after, it was possible to say with confidence that using this Scatt training system has its beneficial effect on the results of shooting training and also cuts training time in 3-4 times comparing to traditional methods. Here we have some characteristics that can be controlled using Scatt system. The first one is the stability. Here we can see that one shooter firmly fixes a gun in the 9 zone, when the other one has his point of aim moving from one side of the target to another. The second one is aiming errors. If during the first shot a sportsman firmly fixes a gun on the one part of the target and during the second on the other, it's possible to make conclusions that a shooter doesn't control foresight position. The next important characteristic is the arm's position control at the moment of shooting. If we see the aiming point moves 1/10 of a second or less before shooting, it's evidently the error of too quick trigger pulling. If the same occurs 2/10 of a second or 3/10 of a second before shooting, that means that this is the error of attention switching. A long-term practice with Scatt training system shows irrefutable evidence of its efficiency, not only for the sportsman but also for shooting training system and shooting skill category exams of such organizations as Federal Security Service, Ministry of Internal Affairs, Army, and shooting teaching of youth undergoing pre-conscription military training. Recently, there appeared an opportunity of using a modification of a Scatt shooting trainer for military and police sharpshooters training in the rooms with a range no more than 12 meters. It gives an opportunity of training such difficult elements as pulling the trigger in the interval between the heartbeats. The Scatt system is actively used by the staff and shooting coaches of Federal Security Service and Ministry of Internal Affairs. Our major breakthrough today is the fact that shooting training systems under brand Scatt is considered to be the best shooting technique teaching and perfection devices in the world. It is used by the most qualified shooters, members of national shooting teams of Russia, USA, Japan, Germany, Switzerland, France, China, and other leading countries of the world.